The word is on the street, in El Paso, everyone's like, they're just going to wait it out till Trump is gone. They're pretty confident that, that's really what they're saying.
Dude, my homie's nanny, they don't let her go to the park because they're scared she's going to get robbed.
To your point, that's why, like, my opinion is the federal government, the federal government should come down on people that employ illegals really hard and people that rent housing to illegals.
100%.
Because if their option or their decision is to just hunker down,
that's what they're doing.
Hide, they're not going to leave. So the next thing, because I've said this a bunch of times, I don't want to see ICE agents kicking in people's doors because first of all, it's bad for just optics, right? Like nobody wants to see grandma or grandpa getting drug out of their bed by dudes in body armor. That's just not something that anyone wants to see on the internet. It upsets Karen. Karen gets all mad.
Especially if she's at Home Depot
or
she's at Walmart.
She gets up in people's faces. Then you have to put Karen in flex cuffs, and then that's a whole disaster. So you don't want to do that to anybody at all. So make it hard for them to stay, so that way you don't have to have police interactions with them.
Well, that's the real ID, right? I mean, that's the first part of this, right? The real ID, I would imagine.
I mean maybe, but that's why. Like I said, I want to see people that are actually losing their businesses if they're hiring people and
Phil,
losing the property.
Just to answer his point, that I've had it told to me, because when Real ID was coming around and the Trump administration has sort of been, they didn't come up with it's been on the books for
a long time,
20 years, but they are sort of administering this rollout. And I asked around and sort of on background, what's the deal? Like this thing is kind of unpopular. Why are we still doing it? And that was sort of the response that I had was, they do think it's something where, look, if you're an illegal, there's no way you're walking in and you have to present all those documents to get a basic ID, to get on planes, to go.
You'll be taken down right there and you're out.
Yeah, so they know they can't get them. So again, it's part of that idea of ratcheting things up.
But nobody's self-deporting. He's giving that option. Like, well, if you self-deport, they're not going to do that.
What do you think about this? This thought that people are saying, some kind of stipend to self-deport. So
they're not. I'm telling you right now. I'm in El Paso. I know what I'm hearing. Nobody's self-deporting.
Like nobody's taking.
I don't see anybody at the airport self-deporting.
They're not going to take.
No,
you think they would
no, because it took so long to get here, and they're just going to wait it out. They really believe Trump is going to be gone. Like they believe everyone's going to be fed up with him. You got Gavin Newsom running his mouth, Beto O'Rourke. I mean, they're like the cheerleaders, amping these people up. It's so wrong. It's a humanitarian crisis. All this stuff. They're going to wait it out. They're going to wait it out, and I don't see anything happening in El Paso that's any different. I know that there have been some tunnels here and there that have been intercepted and stuff like that, but really, from everyone that I know of, everyone's waiting it out.
Don't you think if they just crank up taxes on remittances, that would force a lot of people to return?
But these people, they're living just under the radar, bro, just scraping by, and they're going to stay here and just hunker down.
Yeah, that's what I'm just curious is what would be the incentive for them to stay if remittances or taxes on remittances are sky high?
Maybe they could do a workaround with just using cash.
You could use cryptocurrencies,
but it's still better here.
Cash.
It's still better here than where they came from. Where they came from, there's murder, there's crime, violent crime. Families are getting killed. The gang problem is still out of control. Third world problems are third world problems. Like coming here, it's still better, even if they have to be homeless. So that's their argument. They don't want to go back to that. It's a terrible life. It's a terrible life.
So we've got to think of some other ways to ratchet this up. So you got to heat the frog. You got to heat the pot so that the frog jumps out.
Yeah, that's why that's why you have to make it illegal to rent to them so they can't find homes.
I agree.
Make it illegal. Well, not make it illegal, but punish the people that rent to them and punish the people that give
the landlords.
Yeah, punish the people that employ them as well. That's the only way. And this is something that I've talked about this a bunch of times, but this is something Democrats say all the time. Oh, well, how come you don't go after the business owners? How come you don't go after blah, blah, blah? Yeah, go after them. Everything. I believe in all options.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
So Phil, this is something that I did actually ask to the ICE director earlier today. We're going to be releasing this in a little while, but sorry, you can see the whole thing on Human Events Daily, but I am going to mention what he said. I said this. I said, I've noticed the way they're targeting some of these raids. It seems that when the businesses are getting raided, it seems like you guys are actually going after the business owners even more than just the workers.
Yeah.
And maybe some of the workers will get rolled up. But I said, are you targeting immigration fraud? And they said, absolutely. He said I was surprised that he confirmed that, because I haven't seen any, operational statement out there saying that they're, making that the priority for ICE enforcement. But he said, we're absolutely looking at for these flagrant, and it could be a supermarket, it could be a slaughterhouse, whatever it might be, that they know the places, right? They know the places that are doing the hiring. They know the places that are putting out the fake IDs, the stolen social security numbers, this idea, they don't access benefits. Cut the crap. Like, we know they're accessing benefits. It's not hard to get a fake social security number. And then to your point, right? Then their kids who, if they're born here, they get to go to school, they get to access all that. So they sort of have the indirect access to the welfare net that we have, the broader social safety net that we have in this country. And so it's a total joke, which I think ABC was saying it the other day there, that they're so upset that illegal aliens are having their kids are being worried about pulled out of school. I said, wait a minute. So you admit that they're accessing public benefits, even though
I will say that I've noticed the schools have less kids, man. Like, when I'm going through the certain streets to get to my house, it used to get flooded with kids, and now it's like nothing. Like, hardly any kids coming out of the school now. So I know, just watching this take place.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.